Come in. The inspiration came from, the dark pigment, right? The dark paint that you started using into your artwork. So one day you saw a boy.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. We went to his house just to, he's a friend, but not that much.
Right.
So just a conversation. How is life in the village? And then we went to his house. I saw that bleaching something on the table.
Bleaching cream.
Yeah, bleaching cream on the table. I think the name was Fair and Handsome. Yeah, you need to be handsome.
You needed to be fair to be handsome.
Yeah. And then I started to think about that. I didn't ask him about that. Yeah, I just asked myself question about that, reflecting how I was growing up as a teenage boy, And, as a teenager, you have to get yourself a girlfriend.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're thinking, in order to get a girlfriend, you have to be fair and handsome.
And also your hair needs to be curly.
Right.
Yeah, so I used to also put chemicals and cream to make my hair very curly.
Like a hair relaxer.
I did that. I have a photo of that. I think I'll share with you. when I've cooked my hair, it's very like I'm Zungu, so different. Looking back to that, and also the interaction with the students from the university, when they visit the studio, they see I'm experimenting on the black color, and asking me why am I using that. I said, no, see, it is just I'm a self-taught.
Right.
So I don't know these rules. I've never searched or researched about the rules in art.
Right, because now you were not corrupted by what the art schools were teaching those kids, that black wasn't a color.
I didn't know about that.
Right.
From them, I knew, okay, so black is not a color. What about the flag of Kenya? It has black color.
And most African flags as well.
Yeah, as a representation of the people.
Right.
The people are black. Which scholar did that job, or who did that? How did it came about to have a black color on the flag?
Right.
I've never answered that. I don't know who did that. I've never searched about that. Yeah, so I started experimenting on that. And one day I did a portrait of a lady. I called it Mukhana Mumwamu.
Mukhana Mumwamu. Mumwamu means black in Luya.
In Luya.
Right.
Mukhana Mumwamu. And then I posed it. Then I'm a Luya, so most of my followers are Luya in my Facebook. And then they were very, very happy.
Represent.
How did you come up with this? Mukhana Mumwamu. And then when they read Mukhana Mumwamu, they feel it. Like,
Because now they felt they were being represented.
Yeah, they felt it, and I was so happy, and I started doing the body of work. And I didn't know about the Black Lives Matter that was happening in 2019. George Floyd stuff.
Again, there's synergy. Synchronicity, where things are happening, and then you tapped into the vein.
I can say I was lucky. I was lucky that at that time to it happened that I started doing that, and there was this conversation that was going on worldwide about the lives of people of color around. So it just hit the market. And my first exhibition was with Mitochondria from Houston. They gave me a group show. That was back in 2019. And then the response was good. So and then it picked from there also. But locally, I was well known, an artist. Yeah, It is not because of the Black Lives Matter that I came to be known.
Because now, the Luya community embraced the fact that you're representing the dark pigment. And then, of course, now what about the other communities? Were they embracing the fact that you were...
In communities in Kenya, I think they also have these dark-skinned individuals in their families. So it resonated very well among them. And was happy, whether you're a Kikuyu, Jaluo, Luya, Masai, Kisi, you have a cousin, a brother, a sister who has this dark melanin.
Right.
So it was perfect.
Right. But but again, the dark pigment, it's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad
somehow I guess the colonizers came, and then they changed the narrative. They say, well, if you're this shade, you're more accepted than if you were, the lighter you are, the closer you are to them, therefore they can relate to you.
Yeah.
But do you also think, even within our communities, before colonization, did we even practice colorism, do you think?
It wasn't that deep, but when you look at this tribe in Namibia, the way they apply this red soil on their skin, it was there for beauty purposes, but it's not bleaching. They didn't try to
erase the melanin.
Yeah, they just add, but using different color.
Right. That is so true. But also for them, it was a standard of beauty, but also it's I think it was also to keep them cool in hot climate as well.
Yeah, because it is desert-like, so there's no water there.
Right, exactly.
So you have to.
and also I think they sort of like bathe in it. It's a way to cleanse themselves as well. From what I read. That's interesting.
You know that tribe?
Yes.
The one that they have very long hair.
Yeah, that's right.
And most recently, white people have started going there and doing some videos with this.
Of course.
No, that's not good. So, colorism is deep in Africa.
Right. But it got deeper post colonization.
Yeah. They had this when beauty products started coming from the Western countries.
Right.
And when the white women will visit and you'll see the long hair, so you start admiring, and also the movies, the music and stuff, So it all came into the mind of our people.
Right.
And that is where everything changed.
Gotcha.
And then the business people are always business people. They saw a niche.
And then they capitalize on it, right?
So they saw a niche,
right.
So they went in to produce so much stuff of creams, wigs, just to get this. You struggle to get food, but you can get money to buy wig.
You gotta get that straight hair, the makeup to lighten up the skin tone.
Yeah, and also the advertisements of hairs and stuff. So it played a very, very big part in changing the narrative of how we look as Africans.
Right.
You see, so that is where this body of work started. Yeah, and I can say it has been successful.
Right.
Yeah, up to date. Yeah.
That's amazing, man. So from your first show, it was a what's the term? It wasn't a solo exhibition. It was basically a group.
It was a group. Then thereafter, we organized for a solo.
Right.
Yeah.
How much time had passed between the group show and the solo show?
A year.
A year.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good trajectory there. So and then what year was this?
It was 2019 and then 2022. 2022 at the end of 2020.
Okay.
Early
2021.
Early 2021, yeah. Early 2021, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. That is when
You got a solo in Houston, in Texas.
Yeah, in Texas. But I think I'm not a traveler. I'm sort of.
You're a local guy.
Yeah, I just traveling is not my thing.
Right, I hear you. Yeah. But you've traveled to South Africa.
Yeah, South Africa. Right. I've just gone to South Africa, Tanzania, Uganda.
Okay.
Yeah, but
in terms of long haul, 20-hour flights, you haven't done that yet.
But my works have traveled.
Hey, that's what's important. So your work speaks for itself.
I'm represented.
Right.
I'm represented out there.
Excellent. And then from that second show in Houston, when was your next show?
Yeah. So
and where?
My next show from there was in London. Freeze.
Right.
But no, not Freeze, but at Basel, Miami.
Okay.
Yeah, that is where I ended up with another group show, I think.
Right.
And then from there, I had a solo in London. Yeah, and then another solo in Cape Town. Yeah, with a gallery there that is representing me.
Right.
So it's been good. But when it comes to art, I have a very, very divine belief in art and its coexistence with us.
Right.
And one of the reasons as to why I'm making art is to understand myself better, my relationship with you, my relationship with my surrounding, especially during this era of political violence. We have ironic role of the media. You see, there's violence, destruction, a lot of things is happening. So with these hopeless feelings that are around, I don't watch news, by the way, because I'm tired of it, you know.
Wise choice, my friend. I don't watch the news either.
I don't watch
news. It tends to, you know, good news does not sell.
Yeah.
Bad news
sell. Always bad news. Yeah, always. And then you'll see CNN, there's war in Palestine versus Israel. There's war, Russia. Yeah, it's the same thing over and over. There's Russia invading African countries because of gold, and then you see the French have been there throughout. So it is a lot. So I'm trying to make sense of my feelings when I'm doing this thing.
Right.
I didn't know that before, but as I grow older, doing art, creating art, experimenting on this thing, I actually, when I'm starting to paint, I forget about everything and just focus on art.
But it's almost therapy, right?
Yeah. You just feel like, you think you're in a good atmosphere. You're
good.
Flying.
You're in your element.
Exactly.
It's like a fish in water,
right?
Yeah. I think that's amazing. So from to recap from your beginnings in class.
Yeah.
With your little scribbles, paint, not even painting, just like sketching.
Yeah, sketching with HB.
Yeah. Messing up the books at the school where you got punished multiple times for messing up the books.
Exactly.
And then now to not knowing where you wanted to be, to basically trying to be, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to go into medicine? Am I going to go into this branch? Am I going to go into law? To now realize, okay, there's an opportunity for me to go and do calligraphy. Now you started painting signs for businesses. You make a little bit of money. And then you started now investing into your own brand. I guess I would say 21st century education, which is YouTube University.
I'm a graduate. I don't know if I'm first class or what.
No, I would say you are. I would say you're top of the class, because clearly from that, from those, this is the level of work you're producing right now. So from that, you worked, again, that bed sitter, the four corners, paint, bed, dishes, right?
Yeah.
And then from that to again get into the Maasai, warrior figures. You're painting this thing, and then you say, all right, great, I'm making 5K, all the way up to 40K. Then you realize, yes, I'm making money, but this is not where I want to be. There's more to life than selling, Maasai replicas or paintings, warriors and stuff like that, animals, and the market. This is not sustainable. This is not something you want to do for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And also now you have a wife and you have a child. Okay. Now fast forward to your next chapter. What am I going to do? You take that little bit of money you were earning. Of course, I skipped some places like the tire place, the hands, the blisters and all that. Right? And then now you take some of that money and then you do those cyber cafes, YouTube University. And you're like, oh, okay. Competitions. Now you research. Boom. Takes you about a couple of months, 2 to 3 months. Now all of a sudden you realize this is where it's at. Again, you research, you see what's happening in the life, city life, guys sleeping on the street, this and that. And then you say newspaper. Again, you go back to your grandfather. Cartoons, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. And then now you put all the pieces together and like, you know what? This is, you study the past winners of those competitions and you realize this is something that nobody has done. This is my lane. Now you say, this is my body of work. Newspaper. You create a body of work. You enter your first competition. Boom.
There.
First prize. How amazing was that?
Yo. 300,000 in Kenya. You've never had that kind of money.
Right.
Aye.
And then at that point, how old were you then?
I was like 26, 25 there.
25, 26.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was my mid-20s.
There you go.
Or
So,
early 20s.
Right. Young family. There's you, there's the wife, and then there's your first child. That must have been basically a huge motivator for you. Now, it's not just you anymore.
Yeah.
And you can't even paint at that small house anymore. So you join a collective.
Yeah.
Right. You join a collective.
That is after squandering the money within a few months.
Right.
I realized, when I won the prize, because most of the time I used to paint from home.
Right.
And then during this exhibition, no one knows you.
Right.
But you've submitted the work. So I went around the room around 100 times. No one is speaking to me because in Kenya, in Nairobi, these shows,
they don't know who you are.
Yeah, you can't start conversation with someone that you don't know. So, and then this person was announcing the winners. He started with number 3. Number 3 is this, blah blah blah. Hey, coffee. Number 2.
Right.
Hey. So I lose hope.
Right. You say, damn it. I'm not gonna get it.
Yeah. Now, as I was walking out, then I hear my name. Then people are trying to see who is this guy.
We've never heard of this guy.
We've never heard of NEDIA WERE. But I was there. I was in the art scene, but I was painting from home. When you work from home, no one knows you.
Right.
No one will ever try to come. No one will call you.
You weren't part of the circle.
Yeah, very small circle.
Yeah.
And also the neighbors and stuff. Then I realized, oh gosh. So after squandering the money, I said, okay, I have to go to a collective so that I can meet other artists. I can meet more people.
That's when you linked up with
Patrick Mukabi. Yeah. I was already established as a local artist.
Right.
With the people, there are people who were buying my pieces. There were people who knew, but artists they didn't know me that much.
Right.
So going to a collective was not a way of like improving my work, or rather just to connect, to network, and to know other artists.
Right.
And that's how I ended up there. I think for 3 months. Later on, I just left and I started my studio in Canon Village.
Right.
Yeah, that is when I came and I got a room here and started creating works also.
Right.
And also
so this is when you started to attack.
So the attack towards weka. Yeah, so I can say I've always been independent artist. Yeah, I've never been interested in this idea of working among other artists.
Right.
It's not in a bad way, but it is how I was training myself as an artist.
This is how you're most comfortable.
Yeah.
This is how you started creacreting. Anyway.
That is how I started. Yeah, in my small 4 corners.
Right.
And that is what I'm still doing.
Right. Because I guess a lot of these artists who like to be in the collective is because they go to art school.
Yeah.
And that's the culture of art school, to collaborations and then, create collectives. Like there's a few painters come together, they form a studio.
Yeah.
Then they're affiliated with some curators and art galleries, and then it's like a little clan, you know what I mean? But for you, you're a lone wolf. So
I just like working alone.
Right.
Moving, doing my own things without.
Exactly. And also, if you feel like painting at 4 o'clock in the morning,
I just wake up.
You just go.
Yeah, I just wake up and do what I want to do.
Right.
Yeah, because when I was in the collective, so many people are very curious of how I work.
Right.
Because I was the first one there, always, and the last one to leave, always, throughout. And they kept on messing me up because of the keys. I come very early, there's no keys.
Right, so you stuck outside.
For another, I lost to another. I came at 5. I'll get the key at 7. I've lost
so like 2 hours.
And then in the collective, because you're sharing the same space,
right,
at 10 is storytelling time.
Right.
Until evening.
So now you can't even work.
I can't work.
Right.
Then from there, I have to extend from evening. Now they are going home. For me, I'll stay after 10 so that I can push.
Right.
Yeah. I think I'm an addict.
You're a workaholic.
I just have to work.
But it's a good thing because now it reflects on your work ethic is unparalleled, because this is how now you're able to without even going through the machine, the art school machine, you achieved what a lot of guys are trying to achieve, that I wouldn't say they're less talented than you, but then your drive is what pushes you, is what actually fuel your trajectory to the point where now you had a couple of shows in Houston, Cape Town, South Africa, London, New York as well, I believe.
Yeah, New York, not yet, but we were planning.
Okay, you're planning something for New York? Yeah, this year or next year?
With my manager.
All right, great.
Yeah.
And then you have a show coming up in October. Right.
And another one also. Yeah, so I'll get back to that.
All right, yeah. Tell us about what's going on.
Yeah, so after getting the studio, after doing this series of work,
right.
I started. I just wanted to put my career like a musician the way they do. They have a manager, they have the whole team behind them.
Right.
I didn't want to just do it
by yourself and then struggling to get the work out there.
Lucky enough, I got in touch with Destiny Ross. Yeah, she is the curator and gallery owner in Brooklyn, in New York.
Right.
And we came into an agreement. She will manage my career, and for me, I'll think about art.
There you go. So let her handle the business side of things. Get the shows, get the expos, get the exhibitions and stuff like that, and then you create.
For me, I just want to create.
That's good.
At the same time, I want also. You have to feed the family.
For sure.
I'm a big fan of kids. That family setup.
That's right. So you have two now.
Yeah, I have 2 kids now.
Right.
I think the thinking came when I was brought up. Yeah, because I didn't stay with my mom and dad in the same house. It never happened.
Wow.
So I didn't want that to.
So you didn't want to have 2 for your own children.
Yeah, and I'm the only one.
So,
right. my other kids are step brothers and sisters. So I wanted that family setup, whereby you wake up in the morning, you help your kid to do homework. You help to cook, you help to
breakfast, bedtime stories and all that.
What is life then without these things?
Absolutely. Nothing. I think it's I think it's great. Now you're setting an example for those kids as well. I know you have 2 daughters, right?
Yeah.
So it's now for them, once they grow up in a household where both parents are present and they see the level of cooperation that you have with your wife and them, that family unit is so important that I think in our community, a lot of the family unit was basically broken up. And it reflects not just what it does to you when you're growing up, but later on in life, you have to be a person that, again, strong-minded to be in a situation where you didn't have the example. That, you know what I mean? That you saw your parents wake up together, they go to bed together, everybody's in the house together.
No, I have never seen that.
See? So now, again, it was either you were going to repeat the same thing or you're going to do the complete opposite. And you chose the complete opposite.
When you go to church, the preacher...
Bravo, my friend.
The preacher will say, we'll talk about... I used to go to church, and at some point I used to be a youth leader.
Right.
And the preacher will say, we are going to pray for you to cut this generational curse. So I didn't want that to continue happening. So everything that I am doing and I'm still doing, I've been doing, is centered around my family.
Excellent.
Yeah. to see them have a different lane, to take a different lane. If you're going to Tao, don't use Ngong Road alone.
Right.
Take Langata, you'll get in Tao.
There you go. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing, you know, when you can see your family. I'm sure you see the changes every day. You see your daughters growing up, you know, the transition from, you know.
And I'm always scared about this day when we leave the house. I think that I don't want to be too much attached to them because they also have their own life. They
Absolutely.
Have to
yeah. Eventually they're going to have to leave for school. Then
imagine I only have 18 years to be with them.
Yeah.
So every minute counts.
Absolutely. maximize your time with
because
with the watoto.
Very soon they'll become rebels. You know, when they're 16 years, they become rebels.
That's
and
right. They don't want to hang out with you anymore.
Yeah.
You know, all of a sudden, dad is not so cool anymore.
Yeah, you're old papa now.
They prioritize their friends.
Yeah,
and,
so
you know.
every minute counts.
Yeah.
Every day that I spend with them. And both of them, they love painting.
Oh, that's excellent.
They spoil a lot of things that I
You come home and then there's scribbles on your paintings.
Yeah, the other one was eating paints when they were young.
Oh,
the
wow.
good thing is that the painting are non-toxic.
There you go. Yeah. Excellent choice.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So, my work, there's a recurring motif in my work. And this is the human form.
Yeah.
And I think I got that interest from what I saw when I was growing up. My father doing the figure.
Right.
I think that came, it got deeper into my mind.
Right.
And it has never changed. And I'm interested to try and understand the human condition. I think that will be reflected on my work that I am doing currently. Yeah, this is the series that introduced to me.
Yes.
But the work, as I said, I'm very, very experimental.
Right.
I try a lot. There's a lot of works that I don't finish because when I start, I put there, I sit with my coffee. If I don't take a wine, that work I'll never show. There's this tradition, it's like a ritual.
Right.
When I finish a good work, I have to take a wine. I have to enjoy myself.
A toast.
Yeah, and just sit 2 hours.
Right.
Exactly 2 hours.
And then examine the work.
If the work is not speaking, we're not connecting.
Right. You scrap it.
I just put it. I just roll it to put it. I have a lot of those.
Well, I mean, your process is not dissimilar to a lot of creatives, whether it's musicians. Let's say you write a song, a piece of music, right, a composition, and then again it's the same mantra. You listen to it, you listen, and you're like, something's not connecting. If it's not connecting, then you gotta shelve it. And then sometimes you may repurpose that work. There might be a motif, like a small section. So this could turn into another song. And I think it's probably about the same thing with you.
Yeah.
When you roll up that canvas, it doesn't go anywhere. You might take that canvas again, and you white it out, or you black it out, and then you start over to something else. You repurpose the canvas.
And I'm addicted to buy at materials. Because when I squandered the money that I got, I didn't have art materials.
Right.
Then I said, when I get money, I'll be buying brushes, I'll be buying paints. I have a lot.
Right.
So if this work is not speaking to me the way I want, I just remove it and then roll it.
Right.
Put another canvas, start again.
Gotcha.
Yeah, until I feel it.
Right.
Until it makes sense to me.
It has to speak to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is a representation of who I am that I'm putting out there. And when you get the work, you hang into your house. For me, I believe that my presence is there. Yeah. That is my personal mythology.
Yes. It's a piece of you.
Yeah. And I really, really respect people who respect the work.
Yeah.
The way I treat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way I care for my canvas, the way I care for the people, the subject that I paint. I am very happy when a client takes a photo, the painting is on their dining hall.
They share it with you.
I love that.
Yeah, that's it. That's a great feeling, to see something that started here. Yeah. And then you transferred it, from here to your body, to your, to the brush and paint. And then now this thing lives, Yeah. It's not it may seem like an inanimate object, right? But this thing, there's life to it. There's a piece of you, there's your essence is in there. So now let me ask you about this piece. This lady who's represented in the painting, right? Does she exist anywhere? Is this something straight out of your mind?
So since I'm very, very interested in the human figure, and I am drawn to them because of the mystery that we have, the complex identity that we have, because I believe I cannot define you as John.
Right.
There's more of you.
There's an essence.
Yeah, there's something that I can't describe about you.
Yeah.
Sometimes even us, we don't understand who we are until we die.
Yeah.
We'd never.
That's right. And we can't know what we don't know.
Yeah.
There's certain things we're not supposed to know anyway. And not in this realm.
Yeah. That is what triggers me to continue painting human figure relentlessly.
Got you. So was there a model that posed for this picture?
In these figures, sometimes I will use live models. Sometimes, I've interacted with a lot of images. Then I know how to draw an eye. I know how to draw a nose. Right. Then I'll just try and form this ideal figure that can only speak to me.
Gotcha.
So in my canvases, there are some works that I use live models. There's some works that I use just
your imagination.
My imagination from the combination of things that I have acquired by the way, this is my 10th year doing
over the years. So this is
consistently.
You're a decade in.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
I have an experience about how I need this skin, this shade to be.
Right.
Yeah. So this particular painting, if we talk about it, in my work, as you can see from the previous works, the repetition of female figure has always been there. I don't know why it happens.
Yeah.
It just happens. I just found myself.
The female energy is a strong energy in your art. That's true.
I don't know why. I've never tried even to question that.
Right.
I usually start with the eye.
Right.
And then as it progresses, the features are coming more feminine. Then I can't change that.
Right.
I just let it flow. So for this one is Muhana Mumamu 7.
Hey.
Yeah.
That sounds so good. So will there be at any point in time, me walking down the street, will I stumble onto this girl, or she doesn't exist?
She doesn't exist. She exists on the canvas and in my imagination alone.
She is gorgeous. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, you must have a really beautiful mind. If this comes out of your mind, this is the African queen, the quintessential African queen. She's beautiful.
And
great features. The dark hue that you chose to represent the figure, I think it speaks volumes.
Exactly.
And for me, this piece, I would definitely see this in any museum around the world. This is a beautiful piece.
Funny thing is when an artist has died, that is when these works are big in the museum.
You see.
Yeah.
we got it all wrong. You got to be celebrated while you're still alive.
Exactly.
Why wait till you pass on, where your work becomes invaluable?
It's business. There's art production.
Right.
And there's art business. It is sad enough that it is the people, the people outside that production room that have a say to what your art will be in future.
That's
the saddest thing,
It is very sad. But again, I guess if you want to be part of the art circle, this is the way it is.
Yeah.
You're not gonna change it tomorrow, but
that's why I have a manager. I leave it to her.
Yeah. Do you deal with that?
And the gallery deal with that.
Right.
for me, I just want to create.
Yeah.
And I paint like every day. I just do something about art.
That's
Even if I'm not
amazing.
doing a major work,
Right.
I think about art when I fall asleep,
Right.
I think about art.
What
when
about
I
you?
wake up, I
Art.
think about art. So I have developed this curiosity character in me that I'm very, very curious about
right.
things that are going on.
Right.
And I just think about this cup. What is the essence of this cup? I just look at it.
Yeah.
And I don't sketch much. I sketch in my mind. I put all my ideas in my mind.
I guess, yeah, you're at that point now. that sketch pad you had in your pocket all the time. Now
Yeah,
it's here.
Yeah, it's here. If I will do a painting that has a cup,
right?
I have this image.
There you go.
I know the color.
So now you have a reference. Right?
I see this cup is. So I just filter which cup I want to use.
Right. So now you're also looking at the light, the shading, where the shadow
I know
falls.
exactly. So you see, for example, this painting. I know exactly where the light source is. The light source comes from there.
That's right. Yeah.
So if a cup is here, and I imagine your cup is here, I know John was seated there. The light will come from there. So and then I'll put there
the shadow.
So that is how I create my works. When you see, these elements of nature in my work is because of how I was brought up.
Right.
You know, Kakamega, very serene environment.
Yes.
Very beautiful. There's this positive energy when you're in Western.
Yeah.
You know, when you're just entering Vihiga.
Right.
It's green everywhere.
Yeah. The air smells better. Yeah.
And then, we've not talked about the how I come up with the background.
Right.
So yeah, it's good to talk about that.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you enter Vihiga, you've been there.
Yes.
You see how it's clean.
It's beautiful.
It's very
pristine,
beautiful.
Yeah.
And people there, they have this tradition. When you cut one tree, you plant two. They plant, when they cut, there's a small tree that is growing out. That's why western part of Kenya is always green.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no matter if it's hot or it's always green. Then I started thinking about that and how we coexist together with nature. You know how many bags of vegetables you've consumed since birth until now? So I think we are just
astronomical.
We're just a compost of vegetables. You know?
Because
when you stop eating vegetables, you die.
Yeah, exactly. Because with vegetables, photosynthesis, they get the energy from the sun, transfer it to us. Vitamin D, vitamin K, too, and all that stuff.
We need it.
Yeah, definitely
for our survival. I don't think plant needs us.
Oh no, we need them. They don't need it. In fact, we're the ones killing them. They don't kill us. Yeah. So this is why there's always a natural element.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, that is where we'll go.
Absolutely.
We'll go down.
We'll return down to the soil.
The manure that we've consumed.
The compost to give back to those plants.
And that is what my body of work is about.
That is amazing.
That's my likeness.
Hey.
So that is what I'm doing currently.
Right.
Yeah, just thinking about our relationship with nature. And at the end of the day, where will we end up? That is where we'll end up and provide the manure for the other humans to get fruits.
So it's full circle.
Yeah, so this is a repetition. I keep on exploring nature. I learn from it. That's when you come to my place.
Right.
I don't have a place to plant. I've planted everywhere.
Yeah.
Every corner I have something.
That's right. There's not a dedicated corner. Yeah. You have the avocado tree there, the banana plant.
Yeah. I promise after 5 years when you come, oh my goodness.
it'll be an oasis.
Yeah, the reason why I choose the place is because it was dry, very dry. It was perfect for me to turn it and to make it the way I want.
A green space.
And to provide possibilities for neighbors, they surround to see if you put in the work, the place is going to change automatically.
That's right.
Yeah, that's why I went there deep and just got the dry place and bring it up.
Yeah, it's beautiful because I saw the the beginnings, and then I kind of saw it a few weeks ago. See where it's at now. I can't wait to see it. A year from now, 5 years from now, to see now the work you're putting in now, how it's going to flourish. It's going to, like you said, eventually the neighbors will see what you've done.
And they'll see they try, and then you
do the same thing.
One neighbor will do, the same neighbor will come. The whole
neighborhood,
will change.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so nature is in me and I'm in nature.
Yeah.
And at the final end, that is where we all go back.
Yeah.
No matter if you're holier, if you're a preacher, if you do miracles, if you wake up dead people.
That's right.
That is the final space.
Yeah, we return to the same place.
From soil like
nobody. See, there's one thing I can't remember who says it.
Yeah.
But he said, and it's so true. It says, nobody escapes life alive.
Yeah.
Think about it.
No one. The great
escapes.
Scholars, the inventors, the Da Vinci, people who invented stuff.
Listen, Nikola Tesla, you know what I mean?
The richer, the poor. That is these leaves. We're going to provide manure for them. That is one of the reasons why I keep on revisiting nature, because it is so positive. It is perfect. At the same time, there's imperfections.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Perfect imperfections.
They all in. There's you can step on something sharp, and when something will scratch you, and then you'll see flower, beautiful flower. The same, a few centimeters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's why I put my figures on a very, very positive. No one will judge these backgrounds. If I had put a landscape with buildings.
Yeah.
Then I put Kibera, you'll say, oh, you're talking about poverty and stuff. If I put houses in West T,
right, it's
you say, oh,
posh.
Yeah, of course. You see, I don't want that in my work. That's why I put nature, because it is non-judgmental.
Yes.
You'll never judge it.
It's neutral.
No matter how poisonous it is.
Yeah.
No matter if the tree falls on your car.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
It doesn't. You'll never complain. You'll never sue the tree.
Exactly.
That's why.
No, I think it's a powerful element, you know, to incorporate nature.
Yeah.
And to such powerful, because there's that contrast, right? That dark pigment now with the foliage in the back, the petals, the flowers. Now it gives it a sort of an elegance and a breath of fresh air. It's almost like, you're in nature. Take a walk in the forest. Yeah. Barefoot in the grass. You feel that energy. And then same thing, something you mentioned earlier as we started this conversation. And, you know, and that little mud house that you lived in, when it rained, you can smell the...
Yeah, I like that smell.
Right?
I miss it.
See? And then now I'm sure whenever it rains, if you're in a place where you feel that, you smell that earthy smell again, it takes you back to that little mud house.
Yeah, it reminds me how it was.
Exactly. Yeah. And then now, same thing when you see such painting, such piece of art. Yeah. Even though it's not photorealistic, right? It's not like you take a picture and then you look at it. But
but you can relate to the leaves.
You can relate to the leaves.
These are leaves,
right?
Even if they're blue, they're leaves.
Yes, and then it's already it triggers something like, okay, this is something that I can connect with. Yeah. Anybody, whether you're an urbanite, whether you're a high-powered Fortune 500 executive. You know that's a leaf. You can identify with it. The first thing you think about, forest, green, lush.
Exactly. And there's this trend that is going on with synthetic plants in the house.
Yeah.
These rich people, they buy synthetic plants and put in the houses.
Why?
And you have money to take care of a tree, of a proper plant.
Right.
And there's this trend of I hate synthetic plants.
Yeah, even this right here. You guys can see this is a Leleshwa.
Yeah, how is the experience of Leleshwa?
Oh my God!
When you came across them.
Listen, my Leleshwa experience has been tremendous, and even now, because this is actually like a conversation piece, sort of. Because when people come here, what is that? I'm like, you don't know. I'm saying it's Leleshwa, and some people don't even know what Leleshwa is. I'm like, oh, okay, let me come sit. Let me explain. Now I tell him the whole story when I met the Maasai guy. Yeah. Then he told me
that's why you'll never get a Maasai's thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
So they take Leleshwa. It's very, it has very good smell.
It's very aromatic. I mean, even right now, because remember, now there are two actually for watchers and listeners.
Yeah.
There were two batches of Leleshwa in here. The first batch is from actually a year ago, from last year, from Mount Suswa.
Yeah.
That's where the Maasai guide first introduced me to Leleshwa. The second batch, like the bigger leaves you see here, these are actually from not far from NEDIA's house. All right, from an undisclosed location. We're not going to tell you where the house is, all right? So this is actually Nedia and I. We actually collected some of those ourselves on the side of the road. Remember?
We were visiting.
Yeah. So now, whenever this bowl sits here with the Leleshwa, which is also called sage, right? Of course, some people call it African sage, but we're in Africa, god dang it, so we don't call it African sage. We just call it sage. All right. When you're in China, you don't say, "Let's go have Chinese food." You go have food.
Food, yeah.
When you're in Italy, you don't go have Italian food.
Yeah.
You have food. Here in Africa, it's not African sage. It is just sage. You know what I mean? So now whenever I want to basically just get the smell to be released in the room, I just crush the leaves in my hands a little bit, and then you smell the aroma around the room. It's beautiful.
Powerful.
It's a powerful scent. And again, it has many different properties. Deodorant. You can make tea with it. We got that piece of information together. We didn't even know you could make tea
I didn't even know.
Right.
And then when I was building, I had to spare only one tree of the Leleshwa. There. No one was supposed to cut that.
That's right.
It will be them. Even if the whole place becomes concrete,
right.
The Leleshwa will be there.
Right there in the center.
Yeah, it is there in the center. It is protected. Every day there is water, so it is nice. It has very good smell.
That's a beautiful thing. I love my Leleshwa.
When you visit, you'll just sit under it and then you'll see.
Yes.
So I'm deeply inspired by nature.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and I would like even the society to be like nature. They just provide food for people. I don't know about humans.
Right.
Yeah, we are so territorial.
Well, yeah, it's funny, because here we're part of the ecosystem, but we tend to be a bit, like you said, territorial, but also a bit supremacist.
Yeah.
We put ourselves at the top of the food chain, but really we're not at the top of the food chain.
By the way, we're not that special.
No, we're
when
not.
You come to think of it.
No, we're not.
Imagine.
And in fact, we have trillions of bacteria just in our gut. In our gut. They will survive us. We're but mere mortals.
Yeah.
We're here, in a fraction of a second. When it comes to the big picture, right? In the span of time, we're nothing. We don't, we're nothing. We're not that special, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't feel that we have to make animals suffer. We make plants suffer. We have to humble ourselves.
Yeah,
and commune with nature.
Yeah, because you will find balance.
Yeah.
And I think we'll find ourselves, our true essence of ourselves when we connect with nature.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because the other day I felt so bad when the president stopped the cutting of this old tree in the coastal region of Kenya. The tree has been there for 350 years. Wow. Still healthy, still live, and someone comes and pay money and cut and put in these big ships and go to Western countries. It was so bad.
Oh, man.
And then the president had to stop that. The president is pro nature, so we are glad to have that.
That's a beautiful thing.
And then here we are complaining about food.
Right. Nature needs to be protected from ourselves. Well, not us particularly, but from humans. Because again, greed kind of sneaks in, and a lot of people want to take advantage of the natural resources. Like again, Wangari Maathai, she's again a great figure in Kenyan history.
Yeah.
That again fought for Karua Forest, Ngong Hills, and all these green spaces in the city. I think it's a beautiful thing that you can have a green space right in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
Not dissimilar to Central Park in New York, and then here to have that green space in the middle, to have a park. You know what I mean? Right in the middle of Nairobi.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So NEDIA WERE.
Kabisa.
ODP, Open Door Podcast. Papa NEDIA. Or is it just Papa or Papa NEDIA?
It's Papa.
Papa.
Yeah. Hey, Papa.
Right. So I think we've come to the end of our conversation today. But listen, it's but a see you later. It's not a goodbye. We have to keep the conversation going. Because there's so much more to talk about. And I know you got a show coming up. We didn't get to talk about
it. We didn't even had a chance to talk about that show. Tell
us about that.
Guys, I have I've been invited to participate in Florence Benale. And these things I've been dreaming about them when I was
when you were starting out.
Like, how can I reach about at that level?
Right.
So that has been my driving force. Now I'm there. I don't have words to explain that. I just participate.
Well, it's a beautiful feeling. When it's coming up in October.
It's coming on October.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you traveling?
No, I'll travel to my solo in Houston.
And Houston, which is happening in...
the same October again.
Same October.
Yeah,
so you're going to be flying to Houston, then to Florence.
No, I won't go to Florence.
Okay.
I'll sacrifice...
Send the work.
I'll just send the work.
Right.
Yeah, and also I'm very, very grateful for these amazing people that have always been on my back.
Yeah.
Pushing me. People from South Africa.
Right.
Big shout out to Eclectica Gallery.
Hey, shout out to Eclectica Gallery in South Africa, Cape Town, right?
Cape Town, and Shamila and the group. Big up, man.
Nice.
So lovely people. And I'm very, very grateful for them because it is hard to find someone who believes in your dreams, who believes in your cause.
Yeah.
And when you find people who truly, truly believe in what you're doing.
Right.
People, when you think of meeting them, no, there was nothing like that was going to happen. But they took that time to listen to you, to represent you, to treat your work well. I am so grateful about that.
That's a beautiful thing. And for that to happen, because remember, a lot of artists spent decades and decades to reach where you are now.
Exactly.
And you're 1 decade in, and you're already at a level where a lot of painters will be envious of where you are. But my brother, big ups to you. Big ups to your manager, your patrons, and your supporters. Because as you know, from the first time we met, I know I admired your work. I've yet to acquire a piece of art for myself.
Oh my goodness!
I will.
Do it sooner.
Yes. And I've had a lot of your pieces here at the studio for different things, different shoots. And definitely, I'm a great fan. And I consider you a friend.
Yeah.
And of course, we used to work out together. Since you moved away from the area, you need to get back in the fold.
No, I'll come after this show.
After the show, okay.
Yeah, I've been trying to prepare the works.
Okay. Remember our burpees. You still have to do some burpees at home, though, even if you're not here. Remember the burpees?
You'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see. Just get yourself prepared.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And in fact, we were in the field on Wednesday. We were doing Olympic rings. Do you remember the Olympic rings?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we brought them back.
We're
gonna be doing some Olympic rings. We got the big tires now, right?
I missed that part.
Oh man.
Drilling that field like.
Oh yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
So now I think
is there someone who's shouting there?
I
used to shout a lot
there. Yeah. Let's go. That was you. No, Betty.
Betty also. Oh man, Betty. Hey.
So she's not doing it right. Let's go do it again.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But also our hikes in Gong Hills, those were legendary.
Yeah.
So we're bringing those back. We're probably gonna hike sometime.
You know what? From the hike, I got inspired to acquire that place that I am currently. It's from the hike. If it was not from the hike,
right, that it wouldn't have happened because that's when we used to stand there
and
looking
see
at
everything.
the valley, right?
And then I said that place.
Yeah.
One day.
My friend.
Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you for dropping by, man.
Kabisa.
All right. So
ungekuwa na ugali ungepika. Unajua wageni
unapika nini?
Ugali. You have to cook ugali.
I haven't learned how to cook the ugali yet. Annabelle's trying to teach me, but I'm sure I'll learn because I know you have to.
No, after having a guest, you prepare ugali, you bring it, you smash the ugali.
Ugali or the
mbogas. Yeah, mboga machai. Ugali, mboga machai. Looking for occasion like this, you need to slaughter kuku.
Oh wow, okay.
But it's okay. Next time.
Listen, Annabelle. Annabelle's on the case. We'll put in the menu. You tell me what you need, and then we'll make it happen.
Kabisa.
Kuku, ugali, na samaki.
Yeah.
Boom. I mean, samaki is my favorite.
So, and then we'll have some.
Of course.
Oh my God. Tilapia.
Good. All right, cool. ODP, so before we go, NEDIA, where can people reach you? Your social media, website, and all that type of stuff.
NEDIA WERE_.
Everywhere.
All
right, cool. So
but Instagram mostly.
All right, great. So what we'll do is we'll put that in the description. If you want to reach out, check out his work. What about TikTok? He's not.
No, I'm not in TikTok.
YouTube.
I'm a papa.
All right.
Yeah. So check out the new work that is coming. Yeah, the new work that is coming. Earth is my likeness. It is going to. Yeah, you need to talk the truth. People will hate you, but you need to talk the truth.
Absolutely. Truth, the truth always prevails.
So this works, I think they are hitting on the core. Even me, I'm scared to see them daily when I'm going, but I think I'll have to.
But it's a beautiful thing. All right, so kabisa. Once again, Kaka, thank you for stopping by. ODP, Open Door Podcast. Remember, you never know who's going to be behind the door next. So stay tuned. Until next time, see ya.